Welcome to yet another exciting episode of DAFT, Dumb Apple Farmer Talks. Today, what we're on about is where we're at with fruit and why won't this stuff ripen quicker, all right? So normally we bloom somewhere from the middle of April to first week of May, and this year we're right on the end of that period, right there at the first week of May, so we were happy. We didn't really have a lot of chance of killing frost, and that was a great thing. But then we went into this protracted long cool period. For pretty much the month of June, we had cool, relatively wet weather, and apples just didn't do much. You know, they just didn't grow much. And what we see as a result is that we're about a week, 10 days, probably 10 days later than normal. We're fixing to open our retail shop, the U-Pick and stuff, on the 1st of August. So we've been out here frantically looking like what apples can people pick at that time, because we've never had it before where we don't have ripe apples at that time. This is one of our first varieties, Jersey Mac. And when you look at these, you'd say, oh, there's nice apples, they're turning red, right? This is a sort of red and green apple. It doesn't get real red a lot of times. It depends on what's facing the sun. You can see that where they're in the sunlight, they're going to be more red. Where they're out of the sunlight, they're going to be a lot more green. Here's sunlight. Here's where it was shaded. Sunlight, shaded. So that's the effect of sunlight. Obviously adds red color to fruit that are lucky enough to get it. There's about 3 things that we can do to look at, is this apple ripe yet or not? The first thing, and probably one of the most important things outside of just tasting it, is to look at what we call the background color. If you look at this color up front here, you don't really learn anything. All that means is that's been in the sun and it's getting close to ripe. But what we want to look at is behind that. We want this, what we call the background color. And you can see that's pretty dang green. It's like almost fluorescent green right now. And over time, as that apple gets a little riper, that fluorescent green just starts to morph a little bit towards white. Not white, but just white side of green, all right? And as that happens, then we're knowing that that apple is getting ripe. Over time, that whitish color will give way a lot of apples to a yellow color, and that's usually an indicator of full ripeness to over ripeness, okay? But the other thing that we can do is we can look at seed color. Seed color, of the 3 things that we look at, is the sort of least important indicator. You just want to be sure. See, these seeds are full-on white. White seeds are a pretty good indicator in apples that the apple isn't ripe. When those seeds start to turn brown, and even some varieties, they'll turn black right away. Some varieties turn black over time. When that change happens, the apple is definitely ripening up. The third thing is you can just eat it. I mean, that's the best thing. And I mean, it's good to eat apples even this time of year, but I can tell you what, this is sour and starchy. This is not ready to go yet.